Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I just want to say, start by saying happy March to everybody. I'm kind of partial to this month because this is the month that God allowed me to make my existence. So I'm pretty partial to it. So bear with me, if you will. And before I get started, I just want to wish a dear friend of mine, been friends for quite a long time, I think over 40 years, Adrian Baker. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Adrian. And if there's any more birthday people out there, happy birthday to you. Hopefully March is going to be good. It's springtime. Spring is coming, I should say. It's not quite springtime, but spring is coming. Listen, I've got a question today, and that question, it may be a little bit controversial, but we're going to deal with it the best we can. The question that I want to pose this morning is: would you follow a murderer? Let that sink in for a second. I'm going to ask again. Would you follow a murderer, or would you let a murderer lead you to the promised land? Yeah, some of you know where I'm going already with this. We look at murder as something that's uh, actually it's something that we really shouldn't do. Let's just be honest. In the United States now, it's a felony, of course. In other countries, you murder somebody and they kind of take care of you right away. The United States, we kind of take you through the due process or what have you. But murder is a capital offense. It's a capital offense. Would we elect a murderer for president? Would we, a person that was convicted or a known murderer, would we let him be our president? Would you let him be your pastor? Hmm. Would the bishop choose him to be an overseer? Hmm. That's a question. Where I'm going with this is one of the greatest leaders in biblical time was Moses. Moses was a murderer, but he led a great number of people to a promised land. I asked that question today. It kind of came into my spirit yesterday. Would we let murderers lead us? Are we murderers? Sometimes pastors, deacons, people of, I don't know what you might call it, leadership places, we murder people with our tongue. Oops, not you, but we murder people with our tongue. Um, is that a good leader? Is it a decent leader? God chose Moses to lead his people, the children of Israel, out of bondage to a land that was promised to them. And they were led by a murderer. Ah, I need you to chime in today. I need you to give me some comments, give me some input. Let me know, would you follow a murderer, a known murderer? Moses was a known murderer. He was seen doing the crime. He did the crime. And he had to go away and spend some years away, I guess, to do the time. I don't know if that's even feasible, but he was a leader. He led a great multi. He was one of the great leaders of the Bible. Would we follow a murderer? Our society is set up where murderers get put away. Some of them get life because they took a life. Some of them get away. They might do several years or whatever. It all depends, I suppose, on the justice system that they're dealing with. But do we follow murderers? Should we follow a murderer? That's the question that I have posed today. I need you to comment. I need you to Share this with somebody and ask them, maybe have a discussion with some people. Would you follow a murderer? We don't know God's plan. We don't know what God's plan is. We don't know the mind of God. Our minds are too small. But God chose Moses to lead the people. What if the people were of today's society? Would they have followed Moses knowing that he was a murderer? Maybe some people that followed him didn't even know. But there were people that knew and they followed. Would we follow a murderer today? That's the question. I'm pretty sure the society, the way we're set up, and we're so intelligent these days, we say that was biblical times. That was way back. Of course, and the Bible was written long before we were born, of course. But do we follow murderers? Do we murder people? Do we murder people's reputation with our tongues? Pastors, leaders, bishops, overseers, missionaries, people of God. Do we do that? And are we good leaders if we do that? Or when we do that? Amen. We've got to watch what we say, how we say it. And we just got to make sure that we don't murder people with our tongue, murder people's reputation, murder people's influence. We can do that just by talking and saying the wrong things. We can murder with our tongue. Are people following us today? Should we follow a murderer? Can we follow a murderer? Will you follow a murderer? That's the question. Listen, that's my question for today. I want you to let that sink in. Maybe ask a few people. Maybe get that discussion going. But I'd like you to comment. I'd like you to share this. I'd like you to subscribe. And just let me know what you think. And we'll come back and we'll visit this very soon. But I want to know, will you follow a murderer? Be blessed today. Enjoy your day. And don't forget, meet me at the top. I'll see you soon.